We have to recap Love Island. These are my thoughts and opinions, episode 1. Season 7 was my first ever season watching. Last season was my introduction to the show. So I feel like because that was my first season of watching it and I low-key have an attachment to that cast, even though a lot of people did not like last year, I personally loved it. Obviously, I had no prior knowledge. I don't know what season 6 was like watching it in real time. A couple so far, Sincere and Melanie. However, I am telling you that bombshell that entered last night is going to cause a problem because he just looks like he'd have a wandering eye. She looks like she's ready to get married to Sincere, and she's known him for 3 minutes. All of that aside, though, they are my current favorite couple because I feel like their chemistry was the most natural out of all of the pairings. I love Sean and Bea. I think they were so cute. However, I think him having a kid is a hard no for her, and I think that's why she stepped on the red dot. Super unfortunate because they also were one of my top couples. Like, I felt like their chemistry was the most natural. Everyone has their own non-negotiables though, so like whatever. Also, her like hating country music was just very odd. To go as far as to say she would rather have another disability than listen to country music is a wild statement. Really don't like Bryce. Okay, I almost feel like they did try to dupe the cast from last season. I feel like he's supposed to be giving Nick vibes, but he's just giving weird, odd, strange, nothing vibe. I don't like him. Okay, I just don't like him. I don't like his vibe. I do agree with Trinity saying he's very LA, and not just because of the avocado toast thing, just because of the way that he talks, and like in his introduction talking about he would prefer to be a lover boy. It's almost like he's a walking, talking phone. It feels like he's talking in social media, if that makes sense. Me and my best friend have differing opinions about Kenzie. For me personally, she's getting on my nerves. I feel like she's just so overly excited to be there. She's almost coming off as way too intense. I think she's a sweet girl. I think she's really pretty. It's none of that. It's more of just like she's all up in your face, and I think that's jarring to a lot of people when they don't know you. So based off the teaser of tonight and what she was saying about like cheaters and things like that, seems like the obsessive type who after 24 hours like will go off on you if you decide to change your mind. Mind you, they haven't known each other for longer than 24 hours. So initially, upon everybody getting into the villa, Zach was my favorite. However, I do feel like because his brother was on Love Island, I feel like he's going to try to make all of the opposite choices that Charlie made while simultaneously trying to get more famous than Charlie did by doing things the opposite way than him. I don't even know if he's really interested in anything other than like the experience of being on Love Island and doing partnerships with his brother once he gets off the show. Like, I don't really feel like he's there for love at all. Matter of fact, I really don't feel like majority of them are there for love. I think Anaya is there for love. I love her. Not a fan of Casey. Okay, that is an F-boy if I've ever seen one. I like them going together. I think they fit. I think their vibes are good. However, I already can see the end in sight. A little conversation of him basically asking what's the least amount of things I have to do for you in order to keep you interested in me, i.e. the chivalry conversation. Like, I can't. She also seems way too smart to be staying in that. I feel like she will end that couple very soon because she's gonna realize he is not up to the task of like being a good man. Girl bombshell, so hot. She is so hot. I love her name, Kata. Like, that is so cool. I just feel like personally the women are so far outstanding the men in the physical attractive category. In the bombshell entered, I was like, there aren't even really any options for you because like none of these men are attractive enough to hold your hand to even be in your presence. Sincere, in my opinion, is the hottest one out of all of them. He's very charming, but again, I feel like he's a player type. So far, like I said, favorite couple, Sincere and Melanie. I do feel like they have what it takes to progress pretty far. I just feel like he is the type of guy who will always put himself first and who will always choose what he thinks is best for him. Looks like the type of guy whose eye is gonna wander for the love of the game, not because they actually think the other girl is better than the girl that they have, simply just because they like the chase. Like, I feel like that's the type of guy he is. So we shall see.